All right, gentlemen, it is 6 o'clock. I think we'll go ahead and get this meeting started. This is a meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission. Today is July the 2nd, 2020. And I'm calling this meeting to order. The first item that we have, the second item is roll call. Can we have a roll call, please?
Absolutely, Mr. Chairman. Chairman Erasmo Villarreal.
Present.
Jose Tellez.
Present.
Jorge Dominguez. Rafael Dueñas. Abraham Lugo.
Present.
Johnny Narvaez.
Present.
Raúl Ugalde.
Present.
George Beckelheimer. Carlos Flores. No responses. Mr. Chairman, you do have quorum.
Thank you. I did get an email from Jorge Dominguez a few minutes ago that he had a family emergency, to please excuse him. And I know Commissioner Beckelheimer called me early in the week that he had a conflicting meeting and that he would try to join this meeting probably if he finished the other one by 6:30. So if we can excuse those two commissioners.
So moved. Not advice.
Okay. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Commissioner Lugo.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you. The next item we have is a consideration of the approval of the minutes of June 18th, 2020. Anybody ready to make a motion?
I'll make a motion. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
This is Ugalde. I'll make a motion to approve minutes.
Second advice.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. The next item that we have is item number 5, review and consideration of the following master plans. Letter A, review and consideration of the Copper Creek Subdivision Master Plan. The intent is residential. Kirby? Or Ralph?
Yes.
Or who?
I'll be giving the presentation tonight, and Rafa will be getting the engineers applicants on the phone. should
Okay.
you have questions for them. The applicant is MRMD Development. For this item, the engineer is S&B Infrastructure. Property is 43.4 acre tract located east of Loop 20, Travientros Road, and north of Wormser Road. The zoning is currently ag. Proposed use is residential, and there are 301 proposed lots. It's located on the southeast part of the city. Here's an aerial view. Here's a street view from Highway 20. Here is the plat, or the master plan as proposed. Staff comments from planning, engineering, water and utilities, traffic safety. And here's the proposed motion. We have the applicant on the line. Should you have any questions?
All right. Does anybody on the commission, any commissioner, have any questions for the engineer? Or any questions for the staff? With no questions being asked.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, I'm sorry, go ahead.
We do have the engineer of record, Mr. Manuel Escamilla from S&B Infrastructure, who would like to address the commission if possible.
Let him speak. Put him on, please.
Go ahead, Meme. You're on live.
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, good evening. Thank you for the opportunity. Manuel Escamilla for the record. I know we're going over the master plan comments right now. The only two questions that we had concerning two of the comments was, number one, by the Water and Utilities Department. They asked for a complete master plan of the whole annexation tract. My only comment to that is this master plan encompasses all of the land of the applicant. The balance balance of the annexation tract that they may be referring to, which came in recently, is by a different entity and would potentially be a different applicant in the future. This master plan does encompass 100% of what the applicant owns. So I'd like to strike number 1. And then on traffic safety, on their comment number 1, it wasn't very specific as far as which block lengths we were referring to. And if we understand the subdivision ordinance is in place for other things, but I just didn't see any specific area which our layout did not conform.
Okay. I guess that's something that, being that we're in a, we're considering this master plan right now. I think the 2 comments that you have just asked us to look at, I have to concur with you. I mean, I think it's more of a discussion with the utilities department on that when they're asking of you, because if you don't control the rest of the land, well, it's impossible for you to do any kind of plan. But it is important that the utilities department coordinate not only with you, but with the surrounding landowners. But that is more of a department thing, if I'm not mistaken there.
Yes, sir, and I completely agree with you. And as far as coordinating with them on any future land use, whether it be this applicant or others, we're happy to meet with them and work with them. Especially, I know the comment also has some very specific engineering related issues, which we will address at the one-stop shop. We just didn't feel it was appropriate at this point, since our applicant is master planning all of their acreage, I should say.
Right. Right.
Commissioner, if I may.
Yes.
Kirby Snideman, Planning Director here. Is the engineer, I can understand not providing a master plan for the whole annexation tract, but I just want to understand, are you not wanting to upsize your water line and that's what the utility?
It has nothing to do with that. And if once we get to a one-stop shop, we're happy, if that's a genuine concern with the utilities department, they're free to request any size at that point. We're happy to accommodate the needs of the surrounding area if that's part of the city master plan and all of those things. That's not the issue at all. I think the primary issue was we just don't, the applicant doesn't own any more land. And so we're happy to coordinate with the surrounding, entities and get with the landowners and find out land uses. And if the surrounding land, needs it, we're happy to work with the utilities department on that. But I think we can address those issues at the one-stop shop.
Yes, that's, I would agree.
Yeah. In terms of your other comment, the 300-foot length of streets minimum, I think again, that's, like you said, I didn't scale this thing out, so I don't know if somebody scaled it out and found out that you were at 299 or 298. I don't know. But I think those are issues that can be worked out at the one-stop shop.
Yes, sir.
Because you are going to be coming in and you're bringing this in by phases. So I think those are items that can be worked out. I think what you're bringing us right now is the overall concept of your development,
Well,
which is something that is needed to be able to plan adequately, to accommodate not only this growth, but obviously traffic, water, utilities, and of course utilities. I mean, not only water utilities, but also power and everything else. So this is just basically giving us an idea as to what you're planning. And I think it's, good idea. Everybody can have a good look at it. And then at the one-stop shop, if there's any further items that need further adjustment or reviews or more planning in terms of a wider scope, I think it can be addressed at that point, or it can be addressed individually with each of the departments that are requesting that information.
Yes, sir.
Does any other commissioner have any other questions or any ideas or anything that you would like to bring forth?
I guess my question for the engineer or really for staff is we don't have any of the measurements, but how far along did this go to the fire department? And I'm looking specifically at the entrance between phase 2 and phase 3 on that entrance where Latigo intersects or turns into Chaparrera loop. And is that enough of a turnaround for like the engines or for them to turn in, and because they're basically going to have to do a U-turn or do a right and then a left, because they're going to be coming off of Isla Mujeres Drive and then turning through phase 2 into phase 3.
So this was reviewed by all the departments. This is, however, a master plan. And so when we get to the actual phasing, that's the time when the fire department probably look more closely at that, making sure that that has the proper turnaround radii that they need in order to, if you're talking about that dead end there. Well, it may be a dead end. Eventually we'll
Yes.
I wanted to just press upon, I hear the commissioner's concern, and this was laid out so that we could have no dead ends as far as, you know, cul-de-sacs or turnarounds, like you're saying. The only, I guess, perceived dead ends that we may have, especially on phase 1, we're tying into future master plans. So we have some streets that may temporarily dead end, but therefore the extension into other landowners and the master plan that they have on file.
Okay. Does anybody else, any other commissioners have any other questions for the engineer? With no other questions, is there a recommendation from the commission?
I'll go ahead, this is Ugalde. I'll go ahead and approve the, I'll vote for approve this item.
Okay, we have a motion.
Subject to the comments.
Okay. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Okay, Narvaez.
Narvaez seconds the motion. All those in favor of the motion to approve, signify by saying aye.
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 Anybody against the approval? Motion carries in on the master plan. Thank you. Next item that we have is a consideration of the following preliminary plat. And this is a preliminary consideration of the plat of Copper Creek Subdivision Phase 1. The intent is residential. Kirby?
Yes, sir. The applicant is the same applicant as before. This is phase 1, which would be a 10.5 acre tract. You've seen that map before. This is a rough outline of the phase. Again, the street view. And the previous one was actually not correct. It's the phase 1, which is to the left in the middle.
Right.
Here are the comments from planning, engineering, traffic safety, and the proposed motion. The applicant is still on the line. Same engineer.
Okay. Can you go back to the planning comments? I'm looking at the one, we got lot 6, block 2 does not meet the 4,500 square foot minimum. And I think that's, well, let me ask the engineer, I mean, what he plans to do there or what?
Am I on? I'm sorry.
Yes, you are, Manuel. Go ahead. No.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I appreciate it. Thank you. No, that was just an oversight. We have already, even up to this point, revised that to make it comply. That was an oversight on our part. So we have made a small adjustment in those areas, and all the lots will meet the requirement.
Have you submitted that to the planning department?
No, but we will definitely make sure that that's covered when we come back to final. We concur with that comment.
Okay. All right. Does anybody else have any questions for the engineer? Any other commissioner have any questions or anything that you would like to add or ask? If not, can I hear a motion either to approve or deny?
I'll make a motion to approve subject to the following comments, not advice.
Second, Diaz.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Anybody against? Motion carries. Thank you. The next item, preliminary consideration of Cielito Lindo Commercial Plat, Phase 14. The intent is commercial. Kirby?
The applicant is Cielito Lindo Limited. The engineer is Howland Engineering and Surveying Company. This is a 5-acre tract of land located east of Ejido Avenue and north of St. Luke Boulevard. The zoning is R1A. The proposed use is commercial. This is located on the south side of the city. Here is an aerial view. It's next to Lamar Bruni Middle School. Here's a street view of the lot. Here is the plat. Comments from planning, engineering, water and utilities, and comments from UISD. And here's the proposed motion.
Can you go back to those comments from UISD? Let me just double check one thing. I'm trying to understand their comment number 4, incorrect phase and wording.
Yes, perhaps Rafa can provide a little bit of input. The one thing I would say is UISD doesn't often provide comments, so theirs may be a little.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, it was just an issue with the use of the word commercial in the plat name because there's already a plat with a similar name that already exists, and that ties back to planning comment, one of the planning comments above.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, all right, I got it now. I got it. All right, do you have the engineer on the line?
Yes, we do. For the record, Ricardo Villarreal from Howland is available for any questions.
All right.
Does anybody have any questions? So first of all, Rafa, I know I have 2 items on the agenda. Which one are we talking about here?
This is the Cielito Lindo.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. Ricardo Villarreal will have it for the record. Does anybody have any questions?
Anybody, any commissioner have any questions for the engineer?
No, just, Ugalde, can you just clarify the intended use?
The intended use for this is commercial, and they're planning on putting mini storages at this site.
That was mini storage.
Okay.
Anybody else have any questions?
We concur with staff comments and with planning comments, and then obviously we deal with any issues at one-stop shop that may occur.
Okay. Any other questions from the commissioners? If not, what are the wishes of the commission?
Make a motion to approve this Ugalde, subject to the comments.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? And we have a second from Commissioner Lugo. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against? Motion carries. Thank you. The next item, preliminary consideration of the replat of lots 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, block 1679, Eastern Division, into lot 8A, block 1679. The intent is commercial. Kirby?
Yes, sir. The applicant is Newman Family Partnership. The engineer is Sherfy Engineering Company. This is a 1.2 acre tract of land located south of US Highway 59, Saunders, and east of Arkansas Avenue. The zoning is B3. The proposed use is commercial. This is located just off of Saunders. Here is an aerial view. Here's a street view. Here's the proposed as platted and the replat. Now you have seen this before. The comments from planning, from engineering, environmental, traffic safety, and TxDOT. And I believe the applicant has asked that we table this item for time uncertain.
Okay.
Day is,
Do we have a motion table?
motion to table, time certain.
Narvaez, second.
Motion table with a second on it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carried. Next item is the reconsideration of the following preliminary plats and replats. Item 7A is the preliminary reconsideration of the plat of Santa Barbara subdivision. Phase 1, the intent is residential and commercial.
The applicant
The
is,
purpose of this reconsideration is for an adjustment for an encroachment.
the applicant is TXIE Development. The engineer is Guerra Engineering and Surveying Company. This is a 57.4 acre tract of land located north of the city of Rio Bravo and west of US Highway 83 South. The zoning is B4 and R1A, or a portion of it. Proposed use is both commercial and residential with a proposed 181 lots. This is located on the very south of the city, just north of Rio Bravo. Here is an aerial view of the proposed development. Here is a street view. Here is the plat. You can see the residential portion with the smaller lots and the commercial portion with the larger lots. These are the comments from planning. Continued. And comments from engineering and fire. Environmental. Water and utilities. Traffic safety. Traffic safety continued. And Texas Department of Transportation, TxDOT. So as you can see, there are any comments. Here's the proposed motion, and we do have the applicant on the line should you have any questions.
Well, let him try to answer some of those. There's a lot of comments on there that need a lot of work.
Yes, sir.
Can you? The engineer on there?
Mr. Chairman, yeah, Fred Guerra with Guerra Engineering. Good evening, members of the commission.
Good evening. Mr. Guerra,
Yeah, went through the comments. Yeah, we agree with the comments.
you agree with all the
Yeah,
comments?
with the fire department yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in agreement with. Yeah, I met with Mr. Dominguez with the fire department.
What about the comment from TxDOT that they don't have any knowledge of the proposed driveway?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yes, the Department of Transportation has comment number 2, that they have no record of this proposed roadway. Have you addressed this with them?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to meet with them next week on that. To see that they might require the widening of the access road.
Okay. Kirby, can you scroll back up a little bit? I needed to see one more comment on right there. Let me see here. I have another, Fred, the utilities department is saying that they cannot approve this until you have a utility master plan. Do you have something in the works or?
Yes, yeah, it's in the works. Yeah, we're working with the utility right now. We're going to go through the county office. We're getting the water and sewer from Webb County, and it's not from the city.
That's correct. That's right. You're right. Okay. Now.
Yeah. We already. I've been talking already with the utilities department over at the plant over there in Rio Bravo.
Okay. The environmental department is saying that your phase one did not match your master plan. What?
Yeah, I'll check on that. I'm not sure why. I mean, it was just. I know we've been going back and forth. We've modified this. I mean, just several times, 5 or 6 times. So I'll get them a copy of them. Make sure we've got the latest one in there. Okay. Any other commissioners? We're going to have to come back maybe in the next. I'll talk to Mr. Ridauti. I want to come back because we're going to incorporate the detention fund. I know engineering is requesting, so we're going to have to come back to the commission, for another review, maybe in a couple of weeks, to incorporate the detention fund with this phase.
So are you requesting this item to be tabled?
That's what I was going to suggest.
I'm sorry, Jan, it's kind of breaking up, but say it again.
Are you asking us to table this item until we get those things squared away?
No, don't table it now. No, we're going to come back and change the size and all that. So we'll have to go back and apply another piece that says we're going to increase acreage. So no, you can go ahead and you can, I guess you can, going to approve it now. It's fine, but like I said, we're going to come back maybe in 2 weeks to review it again with the bond incorporated in there.
You need to add 8% for the detention, what you're saying, for phase one? Or did I hear?
Yeah, it's kind of that. We're having it back connection. Say it again.
I said, did you say that you're going to have to add acreage to phase one?
Yeah, we're going to have to add. Yeah, we're going to have to add acreage. Yeah, for the bond, for the detention bond.
Well, then, really, the way I see this plan.
Yeah, if we have your one, yeah, we can table it. If we all do it. It might be easier to just table it. Yeah, table this item, and then we'll come back and then review it once we incorporate the bond.
You need to add that acreage.
We're going to address the cul-de-sac with the fire department. As for our meeting that had this week with them, we're going to incorporate those cul-de-sacs in there. So.
I think the best thing is to do is to table. Your plan is not complete for phase one, doesn't have the total acreage in it. You don't have any good plan out of TxDOT allowing you to enter or exit. I think your best bet is to table it right now.
This is Kirby. Can we suggest the table time uncertain on this one until the applicant is ready?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, all right. So we're going to table it. I guess for
time certain, up to you.
Well, we're going to bring it another submittal.
Okay.
So, all right. So we can table this. I guess time uncertain.
Okay, we'll do that then. Do I hear a motion?
We'll bring in the next cycle. Yeah, we'll have the other one.
Okay.
This is Ugalde. I'll make the motion to table the item time uncertain.
All right. We have a motion. Second by Lugo.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So it's time. Is it time certain or time uncertain? Which one is it?
It's time uncertain. Uncertain.
Uncertain. Okay. Yeah. Already. Yeah. We'll bring it in. Yeah. I'll take the revised copy to pass.
Okay. Very good. All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Is anybody against the motion? Motion carries. Thank you. The next item is the.
Mr. Chairman, this is Ugalde. Can I make a motion to hear 3 items at once, 8A, 9A, and 9B? They're all approvals.
Yes.
Unless someone has a conflict with them.
Does
I'll make a motion to hear all items 8A, 9A, and 9B together.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second, Narvaez.
Second from Narvaez. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 I'll make a motion to approve items 8A, 9A, and 9B.
Okay. Motion, do we have a second?
Second, head of vice.
And a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Motion carries. The next item is the director's comments.
Yes, thank you all very much. Just wanted to update you on a couple things. Number one, we will be meeting via WebEx for the, I would say, foreseeable future as it turns out. So we did as before, and we looked at some alternatives for. We discussed it with management, and the direction we've received from management and council is not to vary from anything we're currently doing. So to continue. This is difficult on the public, but it is also the best for the public that we maintain social distancing, keep everybody at home, and do these meetings the way we've been doing them. So I would imagine, given current situation, that we'll probably be doing this for the next several months, maybe for the end, till the end of the year. We'll be doing meetings this way. Now, with that said, does anybody have any issue with the way that we're running these meetings with WebEx and calling the engineers and having the public call in? Does anyone have any suggestions for improvement?
No, it's good.
No, it's working out.
If you ever do, please feel free to give me a call, and I'd be happy to hear any ideas you have on how we can improve the format or functioning of the meeting. But we work hard. Yes, sir.
Sorry, this is Ugalde. Just one comment on I don't know if anybody else has experienced the same thing I am, but when you send a meeting, you send the link to the WebEx, and we accept the meeting, and then it transfers over to the schedule, to the calendar, and then I have to go back and retrieve the meeting. So I don't know if it's easier for you or for us if you resend the link, I guess 30 minutes or an hour before the meeting. That way it's on the first item on our email, and we just click. That's the only comment I have.
Okay, noted. Thank you. Does anybody else have any ideas of ways we could improve? Well, we appreciate your patience with this format, and also to any of the public that's listening, we appreciate your patience as well. We are doing our best to follow the guidelines from the state with the conditions we have meeting online, and it is very important to us that the public is involved and is properly noticed and has the opportunity to participate. So we're doing our best to facilitate that. Also, just want to update you on RECODE. We are meeting next week, one more time internally, going through the whole week actually, meetings every day. We're having a big workshop for RECODE Laredo, looking at our ordinance, our land development code, our subdivision ordinance, our sign ordinance, and several other miscellaneous ordinances related to development. And we have made a lot of progress. We're continuing to examine how we're doing things and looking for improvement. Once after this week, we will be, the project team, the planning department, and our consultants, we will be working through actually writing the new code for the next several months. And then this fall or winter, we will be bringing you a proposed new land development code. It'll be a unified land development code. That means that instead of having several development related ordinances in different places, they'll all be in one chapter in one place in our ordinance where you can find everything. We'll be simplifying, we'll be organizing, we'll be taking out things that are contradictory, we'll be applying best practices, we'll be applying lessons learned. We'll be applying all the input that we took from the commission, from council, from developers, builders, engineers, and the general public. That's quite a task. Not everybody agrees on everything we're doing, but we're going to do our best to put all of that together in a package and bring it to you for review. So the Planning Commission will get an official meeting, and also unofficially, I'll be emailing you a copy of all that to review. That's coming this fall. And Rafa, is there anything else to update the commission on? I feel like there was some other thing I might be forgetting. But as I always say, let me say one more time, well, and every time, thank you very much for your service. You do not get paid for being on the Planning Commission. This is something you do because you volunteer your time, you want to serve your community, and it really matters. So thank you very much. I hope everybody has a wonderful Independence holiday. And I know you won't be out and about. You'll be inside with your family, and we appreciate that, helping us slow the curve here. And thank you very much, and have a happy holidays.
Same to you, Kirby.
Thank you, Kirby.
Happy 4th of July.
Thank you.
Yep.
Dave, motion to adjourn.
Take care, everybody.
Second.
Okay. All those in favor, yes.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you all.
Have a great weekend, folks.
You too.
Stay safe.
Good one. Bye-bye.
Stay safe.